Hello, my name is Jennifer Dillon, and today I'm going to discuss my philosophy as an instructional designer. My philosophy in education, as well as life, is the driving force that guides me in all that I do and am. For the last 20 years, my career has been devoted to elementary education. Designing courses, instructing students, and evaluating data has been the main focus while building empathy, collaborations, and community among staff and students. In addition to my teaching responsibilities, I have led several teams throughout my career, including but not limited to technology, stakeholders, STEM, and model technology teacher. Over the past 5 years, I have worked on district level teams where we broke down state standards, developed curriculum, and trained teachers. This past year, many districts implemented online learning, and Deer Valley Unified School District was no different. I quickly became a Canvas LMS expert and built two year-long courses over the 2020-2021 school year. My philosophy revolves around the learners, where courses are designed around the learner's needs and desired outcomes. In this presentation, I will be describing my personal goals, aspirations, and objectives as an instructional designer. I will outline the learning theory and design principles that I use in my instructional design, the role of technology, how learners are assessed in my courses, and finally, my professional growth plans for the next year. When starting my master's program in instructional design, I developed three goals. My first goal was to engage learners with systematically designed courses. My second goal was to educate other teachers as well as head of departments at the district level in instructional design. My third goal was to move to the corporate world in the next 5 years, but continue to educate in a different atmosphere. Over the last 13 months, I have made considerable progress achieving all three goals. I have built two one-year-long courses for the district, one for fourth grade reading and writing, and one for fourth through eighth grade special education reading. In addition, I have built and rebuilt several units using the design and learning theories presented in courses from ACE for staff on my campus. These new courses better meet the needs of both online and in-person learners and engage students while keeping them connected to their neighbor school. Educating teachers is one of my passions, and this year I took on the new role of Model Technology Campus Teacher. This position allowed for me to build and conduct several trainings related to district programs. In addition, I built out 4 fully online courses for staff, self-paced training based on technology needs survey that I developed. My final goal of breaking into the corporate world has been set in motion. I've begun working with 2 nonprofit organizations to create online training for staff and volunteers. This opportunity allows me to venture outside of the K-12 world, as well as build my network and portfolio. With each goal I have developed and worked towards, there are specific work ethics or aspirations I apply to each. As not only an educator but also an instructional designer, the learner is always at the center of the design. This happens by following guidelines that I have developed throughout my time at ACE. The first step in achieving the goal is to create a plan. Just like in instructional design, a plan must be created in order to build a cohesive, effective course. Engaging learners of all ages is not as simple as adding a few interactive elements or videos to a course. Instead, it is about applying both learning theory and design principles to set expectations and deliver an effective course. Applying learning theories to courses that best match the learner and objectives, following a research-based design theory to build out effective courses, and utilize formative and summative assessments to determine course success. In all aspects of education and training, learning theory can be applied to develop a cohesive and impactful course. There are many learning theories in today's world of education. Some of these are developed from the oldest theories, such as behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism, while others like connectivism are fairly new to the world of education. No one theory is perfect for every course. Theories are subjective to the learner's objectives and even the designer. Many times the best course of action is to combine different theories to create a meaningful and impactful course for learners. When theories are understood and mastered, an instructional designer can then begin to adapt and create learning by combining theories. However, before the learning theory can be determined, the designer must first assess the learners and objectives to be taught in the course. Although there are many different design models available, all of them include the following essential phases of instructional design: analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation phases. Kaul and Alkhinder, 2016. I am currently most versed in using the ADDIE model, Merrill's Principle of Design, and Keller's ARTS model. The ADDIE design model includes analyzing and learning in situation, designing objectives and principles to address the issue in the learning situation, developing development of resources to meet the specific needs, implementing the learner's resources in the learning situation, and evaluating how these resources address instructional needs. Branch, 2009. Merrill's Principle of Design show 5 main principles. Learning is promoted when learners are engaged in solving real-world problems, existing knowledge is activated as a foundation for new learning, new knowledge is applied by the learner, and new knowledge is integrated into the learner's world. Merrill, 2002. Keller's ARCS model: attention, relevance, confidence, and satisfaction. Gaining the learner's attention, showing that the activities and learning are relevant, instilling confidence in learners throughout the activity and assessment, and student satisfaction with the course and learning. Keller, 1987. While the design and learning theory are the building blocks for the designer, the learner's main interaction with course material is through the instructional strategies. E-learning can have great design and theory, but if the activities do not meet the needs of the learners, then they will be unsuccessful and miss out on the needed learning. For this reason, there are 3 strategies that I embed into each course I build. The first strategy is peer discussion posts. This activity allows learners to share and demonstrate understanding in a low-stakes setting. In addition, peers are able to build their own understanding based off of their peers, ask questions, and receive valuable feedback. The second strategy is instructor lecture. This can come in many forms and is based on the desire of the instructor. It often involves short videos or live sessions. This helps the learners feel connected to the course. The final strategy is instructor feedback. This is key in building confidence in students and helping them to evaluate their own learning. This can be in the form of post assessments or in discussion posts. Technology is an integral part of the design process. Technology allows an instructional designer to move past substitution of instructors and materials and to create interactive and engaging courses. Technology should never be used for the sake of using it. Instead, the use of technology allows the designers to create a learning experience that would never be available without the use of technology. For example, simulations where it would be too dangerous for the learners or when the ability to go to the location is not possible. Throughout the course, I will utilize 2 types of assessments. Formative assessments happen throughout the course and is used to show learners what they understand in relationship to the course, as well as build confidence. This can happen through short quizzes, discussion posts, projects, checkpoints, and tests. Summative assessments are given at the conclusion of a course and help the teacher and course designer know if the course was successful, but will not help the learner as it is done post-course, and there is no time to correct misconceptions. This might look like a survey or a final exam or project. In the future, I will continue to build my base knowledge of specific software programs relevant to the ID profession, such as Adobe, Captivia, Camtista, Canva, and Articulate 360. I will also continue to work on district technology teams to collaborate with other district employees that are working as instructional designers, and also to build impactful courses for our K-12 students. In conclusion, my philosophy of instructional design revolves around the learner. The learner and their needs should be at the center of all courses, of designing all courses. While knowing and utilizing learning theory and elements of design are important, there are many to choose from and should all result in an excellent educational experience for the learner. Instructional design is not a new concept, but it is a booming industry with new ideas and expectations evolving on a regular basis. I'm excited to be a part of the educational reform and look forward to leading the way.